Wiz in 2019. Honestly, I never thought that I would be saying that. And, well, if we're being honest here, I never even thought that I would, get this far with my YouTube channel, making videos for Wiz for this long and everything that's happened. Like, I mean, come on, Wiz is 10 years old at this point. 2019 is going to turn 11. That's a long time. And I don't know if anyone expected it to get that far. Even like the original, well, definitely not the original people that made the game. So it's been a surprise to everyone, and it's still here, it's still going, and I wanted to go over some things that I want to see from the game in 2019, next year. So just a quick recap of what we saw in 2018. We had the revamp of the Commons and some other places in Wizard City. We also had a couple like smaller updates here and there, and then we had the big update of Imperial Part 2, the finale of Arc 3 and all of that. So that was pretty exciting. Test room for Imperial Part 2 was a lot of fun, and there was a lot of other fun test rooms from 2018. The revamp test room was a lot of fun. So that's always the thing that I'm looking forward to the most, are test rooms, not the live releases. I'm not as excited for the live releases because test rooms are the most exciting thing, since that's your first look at everything. Like that's the first taste of all the new stuff that they're putting into the game, and that's why I'm always so hyped for it. So test rooms in 2019, I'll be just as hyped for them, and I'm looking forward to those too. But we only get like, what, 3 or 4 test rooms a year, so that's why they're kind of rare, and that's why people get excited for them. But that's what we saw in 2018. For 2019, what I want to see is the revamp of the next areas in Wizard City. I want to see Cyclops Lane remastered. I want to see this troll updated. Wait, didn't they have updated trolls? I think they did. In Imperial Part 2, I'm pretty sure there's an updated troll and what it would look like. So they'll probably take that, use it as the troll that they're going to put here, give it some other animations, and that'll be the updated troll they're going to put in Cyclops Lane. So I want to see the updated Cyclops Lane. I want to see the updated Triton. That's going to be like really a cool area to see updated, is Triton especially. Firecat's going to be updated. They're going to have to update like the other things like Dark Cave 2, the double Dark Cave. And then, of course, they're going to have to update Colossus. Can't forget Colossus. I feel like people forget about that. They remastered all of this. They're going to have to remaster the other streets. We've got Triton, Firecat, Cyclops. Where's Cyclops? Over here. And Colossus. That's 4 streets right there. Also, Sunken City is one that they would have to put in there too. So that's kind of a lot of work. I understand why they kind of cut it off and like, okay, we did Unicorn Way. Unicorn Way looks good. We're going to stop at that. And then they kind of just took a break and finished up Imperial Part 2, I'm guessing. I'm really excited to see a test room where we get the rest of the streets updated. I don't know when that's going to be. I'm kind of hoping for like a spring test room on that one, but I don't know the timeline for anything. I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's just something that I want to see next year. It might not be till like summer or even later, hopefully not. But I just feel like Wizard City needs to be completed with the remaster, since we already had a lot of it remastered. I just want to see the rest of it. I just want to see the rest of the streets. And I feel like since we had that in 2018, like started, maybe they could finish Wizard City in 2019. If that's the rate that they go to remaster all the worlds, and like that's how long it's going to take, it's going to take them a long time to get to Crocotopia and even beyond that. So don't expect all the worlds to be remastered. At least don't expect the first Arc worlds to be remastered for a long time, because that could take years and years. But I'm just excited to see Wizard City updated. Like, that's the main thing. Crocotopia, it looks like it needs it a lot. Like, Crocotopia looks pretty bad, and like the ones that stand out to me that look really bad are Crocotopia and Mushu. I feel like Mushu could look really good. Maybe that's because in my mind I can see the Mushu in Pirate, and I want it to look like that. If that ever happened, like, I'm gonna freak out. But that is a long ways away. Mushu is, 4 worlds in, and it's gonna take a while to get there. So I don't know if they're gonna do that, but I just want to see Wizard City finish, and that's something I think that we can expect to see in 2019. So that's like my main thing. That's number 1 on my list, because that's the thing that I was the most excited for. The other things that I want to see eventually is like the main world content. Like, what, well, not main world content, but like, what are we gonna get as like the big chunk of content for next year? I don't want a main world. I don't want them to start Arc 4 or anything like that, because we just came off of the big story wrap up for Arc 3. You know, things happened, and we had like a lot of closing of storylines there, and like closing of characters, which, I mean, I hope we don't see some of these characters. Maybe they'll like pop up here and there, but I feel like the main storyline for these characters has kind of ended there, and that's the end of Arc 3. So I don't expect them to start Arc 4 anytime soon. I would expect them to take a break from main world content, and you might not see Arc 4 until 2020. And that's okay, because people always say they want side worlds and they want like new dungeons and stuff. Like, that's like the main thing I feel like, is people say, oh, I want a new dungeon, and I want a new dungeon for level whatever, like 130, and I want it to have better gear than Darkmoor. That's like the biggest request, I feel like, and that could happen this year. We could get that. We could get the next like set of like 3 or 4 dungeons as like a side world, or we could get a side world by itself. When's the last time we had a side world by itself that actually has like leveling, questing content? And that'd be pretty cool too. I mean, we have Wisteria, we have Grizzleheim and Wintertusk, and are they gonna ever add a world like that again? That's something to think about. But I feel like we're definitely going to get a new set of dungeons, and they'll probably make it like level specific, like they've done before, where it's like level 30, level 60, level 90, level 130. I don't know, but they're gonna have to decide how they want to like kind of divide it up with all the new dungeons. But I feel like we could expect some kind of new dungeon. Maybe they'll do something different than just a dungeon, than just like, it's not gonna be the same. I hope it's not the same as Aquila, where it's just like 3 dungeons, this level, this level. I hope it's a little bit different, but it'll have its own storyline probably. And I mean, Darkmoor had its own storyline. I actually enjoyed Darkmoor. Like, right at the beginning, Darkmoor was hype. I mean, it still is kind of hype for the gear, but there was a lot of cool things going on with Darkmoor, where like the 3 levels of the dungeon, and people would farm the last one, Graveyard, for the big gear. So we'll see how they do it. They really need to think about how they want to do the gear too, because the gear needs to be good enough for people to farm it, and good enough for people to like really want that gear for level 130. But we'll see how that goes. That's something that I want, and that's something that I feel like a lot of people want. I would rather have dungeons than a side world, because side worlds you can kind of get through really fast, especially if you're higher level. But that's something that we'll have to see. Speaking of side worlds and like other content, the other thing I want to see in 2019 is the Olde Town tunnel. That is something that I thought we were gonna get this year. I thought we were gonna be able to go in the tunnel and and see what's in there, and kind of discover like what they've kind of set up as like a cliffhanger right now with the dogs talking. But we'll see. That's something that I really want to experience and find out what it is. Maybe they haven't decided on what it is yet. That's why it's taking so long. But I don't know. That could be anything. Could be its own little world. It could be a dungeon. But if it's a dungeon, is it really going to be for level 130? Is it going to be for higher level wizards? Or would it be lower level because it's in Olde Town? It's in a free-to-play area. So that's something to think about too. But I want to see Olde Town tunnel. Olde Town, we need it. We need to go into Olde Town tunnel in 2019. That's going to happen. So that's very important. I should have put that higher on the list, but no. So the main things, revamp, I really want to see. I feel like that's like highly likely. And then Olde Town tunnel, I feel like is something that we need to see too, because that's one thing that we've been talking about for a lot of 2018 after the revamp, and it kind of goes with the revamp anyway, and people want it. People want the tunnel. So also side content, probably we won't get that till late 2019 anyway. That's why I'm not too worried about it. I feel like the revamp is going to happen first, and then maybe the tunnel, and then maybe the whatever the content they decide to put out late 2019. So that's kind of my order of stuff. That's what I want to see from the game. I'm not going to talk about like small updates, like little quality of life updates in this video, because I just want to talk about like the main things that I want to see. Like, yeah, there's some small things that'd be cool that they could add to the game, like a 7th character slot and stuff, but I don't know if we're gonna get that. But I could do another video talking about all those like little changes here and there. So those are the things that I want to see from Wiz in 2019, like the big content updates. To finish up this video, I just wanted to talk about where my channel is kind of going with Wiz and everything. You guys might have saw some changes that I've done to my channel in late 2018, and most of it's just involved me deciding to not post Wiz every single day, which I've been doing for a lot of 2018. So I decided to switch it up. I've been putting in a lot of variety here and there. I've done entire playthroughs of games. There's an entire Spyro Reignited playthrough on my channel. I'm doing Pokemon right now. So I'm kind of like putting Wiz and then putting a variety game in there. Like each day will be maybe Wiz, variety, Wiz, you know, it's kind of like alternating. You might see days where I post Wiz multiple days in a row if there's something that I really want to do a video on, or if there's something new that comes out, like new content, then I'll definitely do a video on that. But I'm just kind of, you know, expanding a little bit. If you guys don't like it, that's fine. If you do, that's awesome. Thank you so much for watching that. But maybe you'll find a game in there that you actually enjoy watching, and yeah, you'll find it on my channel. So right now we're doing Pokemon. If you want to check that out, if you're interested in it, it's on the channel. I got a playlist for it, and it's there. So thank you to the people that have already been watching it. That's awesome. So the other thing is walkthroughs are continuing. Like I always say, I have started up the life walkthrough again for Imperial Part 2. We're only level 126, so it'll be a slow process, but we're getting there. I've already posted the first one back, and we'll continue that soon. And I'm planning on getting my character to max sometime. It might not be till next year in January or something, but we'll get there. I also got a Fire Wizard and a can I think? And a Storm Wizard to get to max level as well. Those might be done through live streams, so I'll probably be bringing live streams back. Even before that, I'll probably do some live streams maybe on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central is usually the time I go at. And we'll just start doing some stuff. We'll hang out with people, maybe farm for some things, and have some fun with that. So expect streams to come back some point soon. Maybe this month, maybe next year. But that's kind of my plan. And then, of course, I'll bring back the other walkthroughs. Like, we got the Life and Death walkthrough to bring back in 2019 at some point. But that's kind of what I'm doing. Hope you guys are okay with it. I just needed to put in some other content here and there so that I'm not only doing this game. Because, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to post a Wizard video every single day. And that's why I do the walkthroughs. But even the walkthroughs, I can't have multiple walkthroughs posting at the same time. Like, that's just too much. So that's why you're seeing that. If you don't like it, that's fine. But if you do, I really appreciate you guys that are watching that. So that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Just some things that I want to see from Wiz next year. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. Could be anything. We could get something completely that I didn't even mention here. But I'm excited to see what it is. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Definitely leave a like if you guys have enjoyed this video. And I'll see you all next time.